Hello everyone and very good afternoon to all. Welcome back to the today's session. So in today's class, we will be discussing about the differentiation, application of differentiation and how to solve some of the different type of questions and how to solve the second derivative type of questions, right? So the today's session is again one of the interesting session and we are using basically the simple tricks, simple method to solve all kind of problem, right? Because our main pattern is MCQ, and according to that pattern, we will be solving all our questions. So welcome back everyone. Neha, Janisha, Kanishka, welcome everyone. Good afternoon to you all. So in today's class, we will be starting first of all with the parametric equation, because in previous class we just finished with the implicit function and all those basic formulas. Right now we will be discussing what is the parametric equation and how to solve such kind of question, right? So when both the variables, that is x as well as y, are expressed in terms of a parameter, that is a third variable, the involved equation is known as parametric equation, right? When both the variable, that is x and y, are expressed in terms of parameter, that is a third variable, then those equations are known as parametric equation. Now let us understand with some example so that we can easily solve those questions. Like for parametric equation, x is equal to ft and y is equal to xt. There is a relation between x and t. The first equation relates with x and t, and the second equation is related with y and t, and we have to differentiate and find out dy by dx. What we have to do? We have to find out dy by dx. So how it can be done? The method is very simple. First of all, what we will do? We will differentiate this equation, that is dy by dt. We will differentiate with respect to t. Then when we are comparing x and t, we will differentiate again with respect to t, and after that we will divide both of them. Right? So let us begin with the example. Find dy by dx if x is equal to a t cube and y is equal to a by t cube, right? So first of all, we will differentiate according to t. So we are given that x is equal to a t cube. So we will write dx by dt, that is differentiating with respect to t. Now a is the constant, a will remain as it is, and 3 will jump forward. So what will happen? It will become 3a t square because power get reduced by 1. Similarly, for y is equal to a by t cube, we can also write it as a and t to the power of minus 3. So when we are finding dy by dt, that means we are differentiating with respect to t. So if is the constant, minus 3 will jump forward and power of t will reduce by 1. So what we are getting? We will get minus 3a and t to the power of minus 4. Also it can be written as minus 3a upon t to the power of 4. This is what dy by dt. But finally what we require? Our requirement is dy by dx. For this, what we are doing? We are writing in numerator dy by dt whole divided by dx by dt, right? So we are dividing these two, and in such a way, like we can see that dt got cancelled and we will get our final result. So what we are getting? Minus 3a divided by t to the power 4 in the numerator, and then in denominator we are getting 3a and t to the power of 2, 3at square. Now we can cancel some of the figures. 3a and 3 is getting cancelled, And similarly, t4 and t square will not get cancelled because both are in upon. So the final result will be negative 1 by t to the power of 6. Negative, that is minus 1 by t to the power of 6. So this is the final result. Okay. So this is the parametric equation. So welcome again, everyone. Mitra has joined, Asha Babu, Moni, Rekha, Vishnudev, Unmatla, Akshay, Yash, Upasna, Aksha, Akash, Niveda, and Aksha. Yes, welcome everyone. So this was the first question which we did today, and this is known as the parametric equations. So whenever there are two set of equation, that is x with t and y with t, we have to differentiate them separately and then we have to divide them. Now, in short, what can be done? Because if we have to do question in 30 seconds or even like 1 minute, then what is the requirement? How can we do such question within 1 minute? So first of all, what is the need? We are required to solve dy by dx. So in numerator, we have to differentiate according to t and in relation to y. So what we are doing, we have to differentiate this into numerator y equal to a upon t cube. We can directly differentiate it and write it into the numerator place. And in denominator, what we have to do, we have to differentiate the second equation and put it on the denominator. And after dividing, we will get the result. That means no need to solve them separately. We can simply solve them one in numerator and other into denominator so that we can solve it within 1 minute. Okay. So let me take one more example of this kind so that it will be easy for you. I'm taking one question from the exercise based on this so that you can understand it very easily. Yes, this one is the question number 16. See, given x is equal to at square and y is equal to 280. These are the two equations and we have to find out dy by dx. So first of all, we will take equation y equation and we will differentiate it and write it into the numerator part. So dy by dx is equal to, in numerator, 280. What is the derivative for 280? It is simply 2a and then divided by derivative of at square. Derivative of at square, it is simply 2at. Now what will get cancelled? 2a will get cancelled and we are left with 1 upon t. All right, we are left with 1 upon t. So 1 upon t is dy by dx. So this is the final result. Got it, guys? Great. So let us come again to the concept part. So we were discussing about the parametric equation, right? Then x to the power of x, we discussed this in the last class and the result was whenever we differentiate or we find out the derivative of x to the power of x, the result is x to the power of x multiplied by 1 plus log of x. This was the result which we concluded in the previous session. Right. Now next what we are taking. Yes, now we are doing this question. Differentiate the following with respect to x. We have to differentiate these two questions with respect to x. So first question is log of x plus root of x square plus a square. Now see, here there are multiple functions. So whenever there are multiple functions, we have to apply the chain rule. So what is the first function? This is log of something. So first of all, we have to solve for the logarithm. So what is the derivative of log of x? It is simply 1 upon x. So first of all, we will apply the derivative of logarithm. After that, whatever is in the bracket, we have to find out the derivative of that part, right? So let us do this. Y is equal to log of x plus root of x square plus a square. This is the question. So we are taking dy by dx, dy by dx. So first of all, you have to think that this bracket is whole the one thing, and we are just having log of x. So derivative of log of x is 1 by x. So we are doing 1 divided by x. This whole thing is treated as x. This whole thing is treated as x. All right. Now we have to multiply. We have to multiply with the derivative of that bracket portion. So we will write d by dx of this bracket x plus root of x square plus a square. Now the first part will remain as it is because we have solved this. And now we are finding with the derivative of the second part. Now, first of all, since there is addition between them, so of course we have to find derivative of both these portion separately. So derivative for x is 1, we know that. And what is the derivative of root x square plus a square? Now again, here this whole thing is treated as 1, like x square plus a square. This is the whole one thing, and the power is root, that means 1 by 2. So root of x, derivative of root x, we already know this, d by dx of root of x is equal to 1 by 2 root of x. So this is the thing which we have to apply here. So the derivative is 1 upon 2, and in place of x we are writing this whole thing now, x square plus a square, right? So we have solved for this root of x. Now inside this root we are again having one more function, right? Inside this root we are having again one more function, so we have to again find out the derivative of that part. So we will multiply with d by dx of this x square plus a square. We have to multiply with this portion. So I am breaking it into steps so that you can understand it easily. All right. So this first portion we are writing as it is. In second portion, the first part we are writing again as it is, 2 root of x square plus a square. Now we are finding derivative of x square plus a square. Now what is the derivative of x square plus a square? Since it is x square, the derivative will be 2x, and a square is constant, so its derivative will be 0. So till here we have computed. Till here we have computed, right? Now what is left? Just the simplification part, that is addition, taking LCM and solving it out. Now, but main differential portion we have done. Now we can cancel some of the things, like 2 will get cancelled here. 2 is getting cancelled. Now what we are left with, in denominator we are having 1 upon x plus root of x square plus a square, and then bracket and then multiply by 1 plus the whole thing. So we can multiply both of them, and after multiplying we will get 1 by x plus root of x square plus a square, then plus x divided by since we are multiplying them, so both will come in the numerator, that is x plus root of x square a square, and then multiply by root of x square plus a square, right? So this is the whole thing. Now we can take LCM. The whole will be considered as LCM. So it is x plus root of x square plus a square multiplied by root of x square plus a square. This whole is the LCM. So what will come into the numerator? So it will be x plus root of x square plus a square. This portion will be in the numerator. All right. Now we can see that these two are getting cancelled. So finally we are left with 1 upon root of x square plus a square. So this is the final result. 1 upon root of x square plus a square. This is the final result. So what we did here, we have applied the chain rule, because whenever there are multiple function, जब function के अंदर function होगा, तब हमें always क्या करना है, chain rule को apply करना है. तो first function हमारे पास क्या था, logarithm, तो हमने log के according solve किया. Second function था x plus and then root of, तो हमने उसको सॉल्व किया. फिर रूट के अंदर एक और फंक्शन था, फिर हमने उसका भी डेरिवेटिव निकाला, एंड एट लास्ट जो कैंसिल करने के बाद वी गॉट 1 अपॉन रूट ऑफ एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस ए स्क्वायर. तो ये था हमारा फाइनल रिजल्ट. ऑलराइट, सो पूरा एग्जांपल मैंने रिवाइज करवा दिया, आपको रिपीट कर दिया. now similar kind of example is there, one more. We will try this also, so that your doubts, if any, will get solved. Now y is equal to, we are having y is equal to log of root x minus a plus root x minus b. This is the question now. All right. So what we have to do, first function is logarithm. So dy by dx, we are solving according to log. So 1 upon x, so 1 upon, and this whole figure is x. This whole figure is x. Then multiplied with the derivative of this bracket part. Now in bracket we are having two things, root of x minus a. So we know that what is the derivative of root of x? It is 1 by 2 root x. So we are applying 1 by 2 root of x minus a. Now again, inside root what we are having x minus a. Now what is the derivative of x minus a? The derivative of x minus a is 1. So we can multiply by 1 or it will remain as it is. But if in bracket it was 2x, then we have to multiply with 2. If it was 3x, then we would have to multiply with 3, and so on. But since in bracket we are having x minus a whose derivative is 1, so there is no need to multiply again. Plus root of x minus b, the derivative will be 1 by 2 root of x minus b. All right. Now what can be done? We can take the LCM and get the result. So it is 1 upon root of x minus a plus root of x minus b multiplied with the LCM is this 2 root of x minus a and root of x minus b. This is the LCM. Now what we'll get, root of x minus b plus root of x minus a. So here again we can see that the 2 will get cancelled. These are getting cancelled. And what is the final result? It is 1 upon 2 root of x minus a multiplied with root of x minus b. So this is the final result which we are getting. All right. Yes, Akansha, you are correct. So this is our result. So all these, the last portion, in this last portion we have to apply the chain rule whenever there are multiple functions. Now we will do this third question. This is also one of the different question, an interesting one. So ये third question अभी हम करेंगे. Now what this question is saying? This question says x to the power of m multiplied with y to the power of n is equal to x plus y whole to the power of m plus n. These two are equal. Now prove that dy by dx is equal to y by x. This question is in the form of proof, but it can be asked simply like what is the value of dy by dx, right? So it can be asked in that terms also. So we will solve this. So we are given with x to the power m y to the power of n is equal to x plus y and whole to the power of m plus n. This is given. This is given. Now whenever there are such powers and then multiplication or addition, we have to apply the logarithm, because we know that there are many properties in logarithm which will help us to solve the questions, to solve the equations easily. So what we have to do now, taking log on both the sides. So taking log on both the sides. So log of x to the power of m and y to the power of n is equal to, now whenever we take log, the power jumps forward. Now here the power will not get reduced by 1, simply the power will come forward. So it will be m plus n, the power jumped forward, and we are left with log of x plus y. This is the left out portion, right? Now again, what we have to apply? We have to apply some of the properties of logarithm. Now, what are the properties of logarithm? I will write it here. Log of m into n. If there is log of mn, then we can write it as log of m plus log of n. Log of n. And in case of division, if it was log of m upon n, then we can write as log of m minus log of n. So in this way, we can write this. And whenever there is power, the power will jump forward. So see here, here we have taken the log of x to the power of m and y to the power of n. So we are writing as log of x to the power m plus log of y to the power of n. So this power will jump forward. So we can write it as m log x plus n log y. And in equal to, we are having m plus n log of x plus y. This is on to the equal to side, right? Now what can be done? Now we have to find out the derivative. So differentiating with respect to x. So differentiating with respect to x. Now m is the constant. M is the constant, and we have to find the derivative of log x. So derivative of log x is 1 upon x. So we will write m as constant and 1 upon x, that is upon x, plus n is again constant. Now log of y, derivative of log y is 1 upon y, then dy by dx, because we are differentiating with respect to x, and whenever there is y, we can differentiate y, and after that we will write dy by dx is equal to m plus n. M plus n is again a constant. This is a constant. And what we have to do, find out the derivative of log of m x plus y. So it will be 1 upon x plus y, 1 upon x plus y. And since we are having some more function in the bracket, so x plus y, we can find out the derivative of x plus y as well. So multiplying with the derivative of x plus y. So derivative of x is 1 and for y it is dy by dx. So this was again the chain rule here, because log and something in bracket. So log of bracket is 1 upon that thing, 1 upon x plus y. Now again we have to find out the derivative of x plus y. So that is why we have to multiply it with the derivative of x plus y. The derivative of x is 1 and the derivative of y is dy by dx. Okay. Now what can be done? Taking dy by dx on one side and all other values on the other side. This we have to do now. To see what will come. Here we are having n upon y dy by dx, and bringing one from other side we will be getting m plus n divided by x plus y dy by dx. This we brought from right hand side to left hand side by transposition. Then on right hand side we are already having m plus n divided by x plus y. This we are already having, and m upon x is also gone on the other side. Right? Now we can take dy by dx as common, and in the remaining part we can take the LCM. So we are left with n upon y minus m plus n upon x plus y and then dy by dx. On other side we can take the LCM, and what is the LCM? X multiplied by x plus y. So we are getting mx plus nx minus mx minus my, right? This we are getting on the right hand side. All right. Now what is required to be done? We have to take LCM on left hand side also. So here the LCM will be y multiplied with x plus y. Here we are getting nx plus ny minus my and plus ny, and then dy by dx. Now see what is getting cancelled. What is getting cancelled? In the right hand side we can see that mx is getting cancelled. Mx is getting cancelled, and here we are getting this thing nx, ny, my and ny. So ny is getting cancelled here. Ny will get cancelled here. Okay. So we are left with nx minus my upon x into x plus y. See, this is lengthy question, and in examination most of the questions are not lengthy, but few questions may come. Few questions, only few. Not all questions are lengthy in examination, so it depends. Lengthy can come from any of the chapter, from any of the concept. So again, what is we are getting in common? We are getting in numerator nx minus my whole divided by y and then x plus y dy by dx. On right hand side we are getting nx minus my again divided by x and then x plus y. So what can be cancelled? X plus y can get cancelled. Then this nm minus my, this will also get cancelled. So finally we are left with dy by dx is equal to y upon x. So this is the required result. This is the required result. All right. So such questions are lengthy and it will take, of course, 2 to 3 minutes. But in examination, you have to always compensate the time from other questions, because in some of the chapters you will get theoretical questions. Like in statistics, many a times 10 to 15 questions are theoretical. So all for solving all those questions, we will hardly take 5 to 15 seconds. that much time is required to solve the theoretical question. So we can save a lot of time. We can save 45 seconds on an average into 15 questions. So it will give you a lot of time. And 5 to 6 questions may be lengthy, that can take your 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So accordingly, you can compensate from them. But overall, you have to work on your speed. All right. So this is the question which we have discussed. This was the lengthy one, but good question. Now we are taking the next part, that is basic idea about higher order differentiation. Now, what is this higher order differentiation? That means whenever a function is given, we can find out the derivative of that function. Then again, we can find out the derivative of that derivative. Then again, we can find out derivative of that again derivative. So whenever we are given a function fx, like function is given, we can find its derivative, and we can write as f dash x. So f dash x means derivative of 1, which we have written, derivative of function fx. Now we can find out f double dash x. This means what? Derivative of f dash x, that is 2, derivative of 2. Similarly, what can also be done? F triple dash x, and this means derivative of f double dash x, that is of the third part, right? So we can find out derivative any number of times. So whatever is required in the question, we can find out the derivative. All right. Now Niveda is asking how to identify that this point we have to take logarithm on both the sides. Yes, this is a good point. See, when we have to take log on both sides, taking log on both sides. So for this, we have to remember the properties of logarithm. See, what are the properties, basic properties of logarithm? So first of all is whenever we are having m to the power of n or anything to the power of anything, so that we cannot solve that power directly, because the two variables are one on the other. We cannot solve them directly. So for this, what we have to do, we have to take logarithm and then we write n log of m. So what will log do? Log will take out the power, right? So it will make the question simple. Similarly, whenever there are multiplication between two things, log of m multiplied by n, and they are also having some of the powers. So at that time, what will log do? Log will separate them so that we can easily find out the derivative. So whenever there are such kind of multiplications or powers or multiple powers, at that point of time, we can use logarithm, right? तो जहां पर भी आपको इस पावर की फॉर्मेट में दिखता है, पावर में दिखता है या मल्टीप्लिकेशन में अगर कोई फंक्शन विजिबल है, तो उस पॉइंट पे हम क्या करेंगे? दोनों तरफ लॉग लेंगे और लॉगरिथम की प्रॉपर्टीज को अप्लाई करना है. द इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज हमें लॉगरिथम की प्रॉपर्टी को अप्लाई करना है ताकि जो हमारी इक्वेशन है वो सिंपल बन जाए, प्लस माइनस के अंदर वो आ जाए, और जब उस फॉर्मेट में आ जाएगी तो हम उसका डेरिवेटिव इजीली कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. ऑलराइट, सो दिस इज द मेन पर्पस. Great. Now, so what is the notation for the derivative? We already know that it is fx. Fx is the function, and we can also write it as y. Now, whenever we find out the derivative, we can write f dash x or dy by dx. dy by dx. But in case of f double dash x, यानी कि when we have to find out the double derivative f double dash x, then we can also write it as d2y by dx square. That means d square y upon dx square. This means double derivative. हमें 2 times derivative find out करना है. And for f triple dash x, we can also write it as d3y upon dx cube. d cube y upon dx cube. That means 3 times हमें derivative find out करना है किसी given function का. So let us take the example given here. fx is x to the power of 4 plus 5x cube plus 2x square and then plus 9. Okay, so this is the given function. So what we have to do, we have to find out the derivative. So we are writing f dash x. Also it can be written as dy by dx. It is equal to, very simple, we already know this, 4x cube plus 15x square plus 4x, and then for 9 it becomes 0. All right, this is what? This is f dash x. F dash x. Now we can find out f double dash x or d square y upon dx square. That is double derivative. Now that means derivative का भी derivative हमें find out करना है. So it is 12x square plus 30x and then plus 4. So this is the result. And for the third one, f triple dash x, or we can say d3y upon dx cube. So what will be done? It will be 24x plus 30. 24x plus 30. So all these are the double derivative and the triple derivative. Got it? Yes, Anurag is asking doubts from exercise 8a. Yes, Anurag, we will solve all your doubts, all your questions from the exercise after completing all these topics. All right. So after completing the topics, we will move towards exercise 8a for solving your doubts and the extra questions. No need to worry. Yes, guys. So this is the double triple derivative. Now there is one question. You can try this. This is one of the easy question. What is required here? Y is equal to a e to the power of mx plus b into e to the power of minus mx. Now we have to find out the double derivative, which is equal to m square y. So what can be done here? So let us take the derivative. First derivative. So y is equal to a e to the power of mx plus b into e to the power of minus mx. This is given. So taking first derivative, dy by dx is equal to. So what we have to do? A is the constant, it will remain as it is. Then how to find out the derivative of e to the power of mx? E to the power of mx. So m is the constant. We can say that the derivative of e to the power of x is same as e to the power of x. So that is why we have to write e to the power of mx again. And then because of chain rule, we have to find out the derivative of the power mx. So for mx, the derivative is m. So multiplying with m. Then minus b is the constant again, multiplying with the power e to the power of minus mx, and then multiplying with the derivative of minus mx, that is minus of m. Simply we have applied the chain rule here. So what we are getting? A m e to the power of mx, then minus what we are getting? B m e to the power of minus mx. So this is dy by dx. Now again we have to find out the derivative. So we are writing as d2y upon dx square. So now what will happen? A and m is the constant. E to the power of mx is e to the power of mx multiplied by m, minus bm is the constant. E to the power of minus mx, and then multiply with the derivative of that part, that is multiplying with minus of m. So finally what we are getting, we are getting m square as common, or we will take into next step as common. So a m square e to the power of mx minus mx, and then plus multiply b m square e to the power of minus mx. So taking m square as common, we are getting a into e to the power of mx plus b into e to the power of minus mx. All right. So this we have got the result. Now when we see the question again, so this was the question only. Y is equal to this thing only. So in the whole in this whole place we can write it as y. It can be written as y. So m square multiplied by y. So hence it is proved. So this is a smaller question, and of course such kind of question can come in exam also. All right. Now Muthalif Rahman is asking about, are we supposed to find derivative till we get constant? No. Whatever is asked in the question, you have to find derivative up to that place. Like if it is double derivative, then 2 times. Triple, then 3 times. That's it. Okay. So don't go till the last one. Yes, Varshita, this topic is a bit different from others' topic, and this is mainly dependent on the first session which we did. If you miss the first portion, the first session, or you have not practiced for the first part, then it is difficult for you to understand the second portion. So it is better to go through the first part first, and after completing that session, you can complete this second part. All right. So actually, the chapter, the weightage of the chapter, differential and integral. These two are a bit a difficult chapter as compared to other chapters, and the on an average weightage is 3 to 4 marks. These two chapters, differential and integral, the whole calculus part is 3 to 4 marks on an average. Okay, so main thing which we have to understand here, that was the chain rule to be applied on e to the power of x, because whenever there is d by dx of e to the power of x, the result is same, e to the power of x. But when we have to find out the derivative of e to the power of mx, that means the result is e to the x and then multiply by m, because in the power there is m into x, and the derivative of mx is equal to x. So that is why we are multiplying with m. But in case of e to the power of x, the derivative of x is 1. So the result is simply e to the power of x. All right. So in e to the power of x, the chain rule is not getting applied because there is only single function. But in case of e to the power of mx, this rule is getting applied because the derivative of mx is equal to m. Okay, Nivedha, got your out? Rekha is asking about the chain rule. Yes, Rekha, we have discussed this in the first portion also. And in today's class, we have taken those some of the questions also. So if you will get some time in the end, I can repeat it, but it will depend if I will be getting time or not. Otherwise, you can revise it from the first session. Okay. Manish is asking, it is used in statistics. No, it is the part of mathematics, and it will not come in the statistics portion. Okay. So I will take one more example for this double and triple derivative, so that in case of doubt, it will get clear. So there is a function fx is equal to, let's say, 2x to the power of 5 plus 6x to the power of 4 plus 5x minus 15. Okay, so this is the normal function. We have to find out first derivative f dash x. So we have to simply find out the derivative. What will happen? 10x to the power 4 plus 24x to the power of 3 plus 5. So this is the first derivative. Now, whenever we are asked to find out the second or the double derivative, that means we have to find derivative of derivative. F dash x का derivative हमें find करना पड़ेगा. So what will be the result? 40 x cube plus 24 into 3 is 72 x square. All right. So this is the result, double derivative. And if we have to find out the triple derivative, that means 40 into 3 is 120 x square plus 70 into 2 is 144x. 144x. So in this way we can get the result. Okay. Now, now we are going towards the next topic, which is geometric interpretation of the derivative. What is the geometric interpretation of the derivative? Now see here, in the diagram, there is one curve and a straight line joining 2 points on the curve. So there is a function, let fx represent the curve in the given figure. We take two adjacent pairs p and q. So one is p, this one point is p, and second point is q on the curve. And fx represent the curve in the figure. Fx the function which is representing the curve. So there are 2 points p and q on the curve, and whose coordinates are, one is x comma y and other is x plus delta x and y plus delta y. These two are the coordinates. The slope of the chord, that is TPQ. TPQ. What is TPQ? This is the whole thing. This is TPQ. The slope of the chord TPQ is given by delta x upon delta y. So whenever we have to find out the slope, what we have to do? We have to divide the two things. Like just simply what we do in the economics, utility and indifference chapter. So the slope is basically sacrifice divided by gain, or the delta y divided by delta x. You might have studied in the utility and indifference curve portion, that is MRS, marginal rate of substitution. So similarly here also there is delta y by delta x, where delta x tends to 0. That means change is very minute such that the change tends to 0. So these all are the given things. Now we don't have to remember all these things. Now we simply have to find out the slope. How to find out the slope of the given equation? So what is the gradient of the given equation? So how to solve such kind of questions? So let us jump simply to the question. Find the gradient of the curve. Find the gradient of the curve y is equal to 3x square minus 5x plus 4. So this is the equation. At what point we have to find? We have to find at 1, 2. So 1, 2 is the required point. So whenever we have to find out the gradient, the first step is to find the derivative. In first step, we will find out the derivative. And after that, we will apply the value. We will put the value. We will substitute the value. So 3x square minus 5x plus 4, it is equal to y. We have to find the gradient at point 1 comma 3. We have to find out the slope. All right. So for this, we have to find dy by dx. So it comes as 6x minus 5. 6x minus 5. This is a derivative. At what point we have to calculate? So the points are given to us, that is 1 comma 2. 1 comma 2 means x is 1 and y is 2. So we can substitute these values. So in the equation we are having only x. So we have to simply substitute the value of x. 6 multiplied by 1 minus 5. So what we are getting? We are getting 1 as the result. We are getting 1 as the result. So what is the gradient? Gradient is equal to 1. Okay. Now Ujjwal is asking about when we will use double derivative. So whenever it is asked in the question will ask you like find out the double derivative. At that point of time only you have to find the double derivative. Otherwise, take simply the normal first derivative. Chandan is asking about, can we find out the fourth derivative? Yes, you can find out n number of derivatives. Whatever is our requirement, you can find all those. No issue in that. So after this gradient part, we are coming to the application section. Now where to apply? Where this chapter gets applied practically. So we will understand this. So let us read this. Differentiation helps us to find out the average rate of change in the dependent variable with respect to change in independent variable. See, there are two variables. One is dependent and second one is independent. Independent means whose value is given, and dependent means whose value is required. We have to find out the value of the dependent variable. So एक variable होगा dependent and the second one will be independent. Simply, if we take a simple example, when we are given कि हम 1 लाख रुपीस बैंक में इन्वेस्ट करेंगे, रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट में पता है, तो मैच्योरिटी पे कितना अमाउंट मिलेगा, मैच्योरिटी पे कितना इंटरेस्ट मिलेगा. सो इंटरेस्ट इज मेनली द डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल on the amount invested. So amount invested is independent variable, and the amount which we will receive in future, that means the maturity amount, that is basically the dependent variable. Okay, so similarly everywhere there are two types of variable, one is dependent, another is independent. So using differential calculus also we can find out the value of dependent variable. Okay, so here various scientific formula and result involve rate of change in price or change in demand with respect to output. Similarly, change in revenue obtained with respect to change in price or change in demand with respect to change in income. All these are the example of the applications. All these are two variables where differential can be applied. Right? Like price is given, then what will be the demand? Because we know that as price increases, demand for the commodity decreases. अगर किसी commodity की price बढ़ जाती है तो उसकी demand fall हो जाती है. So these two are the variable and one is dependent on other. Similarly, revenue and price भी एक दूसरे पे dependent है. अगर price change होगी तो revenue में भी क्या आएगा? Change आएगा. So here we have to understand that rate of change in quantities. क्या करना है? जब भी हमें find करना है rate of change in quantity. So there are two variables x and y such that y is a function of x. Then तो हम क्या करेंगे, डिफरेंशियल कोफिशिएंट फाइंड करेंगे dy by dx which represent the rate of change of y with respect to x. That means there are two variables, दोनों वेरिएबल में से एक वेरिएबल की वैल्यू गिवन रहेगी एंड सेकंड वेरिएबल की वैल्यू हमें फाइंड आउट करनी है. In other words, the expression rate of change of function means the derivative of the function. So whenever there is a statement the rate of change, that means we have to find out its derivative. कहीं पर भी अगर rate of change लिखा है तो हमें उसका derivative find out करना है. So अगर कहीं भी function given है तो हम उसको क्या लिखेंगे, उसका डेरिवेटिव फाइंड आउट करेंगे. y लिखा है तो dy by dx लिख सकते हैं, fx लिखा है तो f dash x लिख सकते हैं. Good and the same thing. Now we are inserting, we are mixing economics here, right? In economics, you might have studied the chapter cost, and when we talk about the cost can be segregated into two parts, fixed and variable. जो लागत है, cost है, दो तरीके की होती है, fixed and variable. In Hindi we can say that fixed is स्थायी लागत and variable and other one is variable cost, जो कि चेंज होती है, परिवर्तनशील लागत जिसे हम हिंदी में कह सकते हैं. So cost is made up of the two parts, fixed and variable. So what is fixed cost? Fixed cost is that portion which does not change with the level of output, which does not vary with the level of output. For example, rent of factory. अगर फैक्ट्री का रेंट है 25,000 rupees. Now, whatever is the quantity of production, the rent will remain same. If we produce 100 units, rent is 25,000. If we produce 500 units, rent is again 25,000. If we produce 0 unit, then also rent is 25,000. So the one part is fixed cost, which does not vary with the level of output. Does not vary with output. But the other cost is variable cost. Variable cost means which vary with output, which vary with output. For example, one unit can be formed by using 100 grams of raw material. If we have to make 5 units, then we are required 500 grams of raw material. For 10 units, we are required 1 kg of raw material. So in case of variable cost, it is simply dependent on the output. जितना ज्यादा आउटपुट होगा उतनी ज्यादा क्या होगी, हमारी वेरिएबल कॉस्ट होगी. So here we are writing cost is equal to variable cost plus fixed cost. Okay. Cost Vx and Fx. Vx is the variable cost and Fx is the fixed cost. Similarly, we can talk about the average cost. What is the average cost? Average cost means the total cost divided by the output, divided by the quantity or divided by the output. So cost function can be denoted as Cx. Cx means the cost function divided by quantity of output, which is x. Quantity of output is x. Okay. Similarly, we can find out the variable cost, average variable cost. Average variable cost means variable cost divided by output. So variable cost can be denoted as Vx divided by output as x. And AFC, average fixed cost. Average fixed cost means fixed cost divided by output again, which is equal to Fx divided by x. Fx upon x. So this is average fixed cost. So this is the concept which we have discussed. Now marginal cost. Marginal cost का मतलब क्या होता है? Marginal cost means one additional unit को produce करने से जो additional cost हमारी incur होती है, that is known as the marginal cost. वन एडिशनल यूनिट को प्रोड्यूस करने से जो एडिशनल कॉस्ट होती है, दैट इज नोन एज द मार्जिनल कॉस्ट. Let's say for making 100 units, the total cost is 10,000, and for making 101, the total cost is 10,080 rupees. So for making this one additional unit, how much is the additional cost? That is only 80 rupees. So we can take the difference of this cost, and this is simply known as the marginal cost. So all these concepts you might have studied in the chapter cost in the economics subject. Okay. So here these were the basic concept, and now we have to apply the derivative here. Okay, Janisha is saying, now I got it, why calculus is used. That's great, Janisha. Yes, ABC means the average variable cost per unit of output. ABC means average variable cost per unit of output. Okay. So Manisha is asking about, in case of demand, how is derivative different from elasticity of demand? See, in case of demand, we are simply seeing the relationship. What is the relationship? That is simply positive or negative. In demand, we cannot quantify, because the demand is known as the which statement, qualitative or quantitative. It is simply qualitative, because law of demand tells us about the simply direction, positive relation or negative relation. We cannot find out the value. But when we talk about the elasticity of demand, we can find out the exact relation between the two variables, that is the demand and price. Okay, so we have to apply the derivative, of course, in the elasticity chapter, and we cannot apply in the law of demand. Okay, got it, Manisha? William is asking, can we calculate in calculator? See, scientific calculator is not allowed, so you cannot calculate differential in your calculator. All right. So in calculator, you can simply do your basic calculations only. So marginal cost. Now we are talking about the marginal cost. Marginal cost means if Cx, that means the total cost producing X units, then the increase in the total cost in producing one more unit is known as the marginal cost. Just we took the example, that is the cost of producing one additional unit is known as the marginal cost. So it can be calculated by using derivative, that is dc by dx. We have to differentiate cost with respect to x. We have to differentiate cost with respect to x. What we will get? The marginal cost. So whenever there is question asking about find out the marginal cost, what we have to do? We have to find out the derivative of cost with respect to x. X means units. X means output or units. Okay. So whenever we are asked to find out marginal cost, we have to solve dc by dx. Right. So in this example one, actually in this question, the equation part is missing, but equation will be given. So this will get changed in the next edition of the book. The total cost function of a firm is dash. This dash means this. This is the cost function. Okay. So that will be given in the question. And there are some more things which are missing, but we will discuss this question to get the understanding how to solve such kind of question. So a tax at the rate of 2 per unit of output is imposed, and the producer adds it to the cost. So whenever a seller sells his goods, what he do? He adds the tax, and after tax, he sells the good. If the market demand function is given by, so demand function is also missing here, and where rupees P is the price per unit of output, find the profit maximizing output and the price for the maximum output. Price for the maximum output. So here the cost function which was missing in the question, it is written here, Cx is equal to this 1 by 3x cube and so on. This is the cost function. Now revenue, how to calculate the revenue? How to calculate the revenue? So revenue means price multiplied by number of units sold, number of quantity sold. So price is simply taken as P. If P is the price and Q is the quantity, so we can simply multiply those two things. So this function was given in the question. So this was the P function and multiplied by the quantity, that is X. So this is the revenue. This is the revenue. So we are given the cost function, we are given the price function, and we have calculated the revenue function. Now what will happen when we deduct cost from revenue? What will happen when we deduct cost from revenue? So we will get the profit. Profit means revenue minus cost. So profit is equal to revenue minus cost. So we are having revenue equation, revenue function. We are having cost function. We can take the difference and get the profit function. To see what is done here, this is the revenue function, this is the cost function, and we have subtracted them. So finally, we have got this as the profit function. Profit function. Now, whenever we have to find out the value, what we will do, we will take the derivative first. So here the Px, that means the profit function, is 1 by 3 x cube plus 2500x minus 10. So we are taking its derivative P dash x. So minus 1 by 3 will come forward, x square plus 2500. 3 and 3 got cancelled. It is minus x square plus 2500. So how much we will get? X square is equal to 2500. So x is equal to plus minus 50. What is x here? X basically means quantity, and quantity can never be negative. So finally x will be 50. X will be 50. Okay. And when we say if x is 50 and we have to again find out the derivative, then what will happen? If we calculate P double dash x, that means we are having minus of x square plus 2500. If we calculate the double derivative, what will come? It will be minus 2x. Minus 2x. And minus 2x means minus 2 multiplied by value of x, that is minus 100. So that is not possible because we will not get profit at double derivative. So simply we have to find out the single derivative, and the profit will be maximum at x equal to 50. So why we have tried for the double derivative? Sometimes we can get the bigger value. Sometime at double derivative we can get the bigger value. If it was like 100 plus 100, positive 100, that means it will be more profitable, more beneficial. But here we are getting negative 100, that means it is not possible or it is not beneficial. Hence the correct answer will be 50 units. So if we produce 50 units, we will get the maximum revenue, maximum profit. All right. So if we have to find out the total profit, so how much will be the total profit? X is the quantity, and if we have to find out the total profit, then we can write the profit function first. How much was the profit function? It was like Px is equal to minus 1 by 3 x cube plus 2500x and then minus 10. So we can apply the value and we can get the result. All right. And if we have to find out the price, then we can put it into the price function, and the price function was 2530 minus 5x. So we will get the price from here. that is 2280. So whatever is required, we can calculate this. Okay, so many of guys are asking about how can we do 100 question in 120 minutes. Yes, see, as we have discussed, कुछ questions आपके क्या होंगे, always छोटे होंगे, कुछ questions बड़े होंगे, तो on an average आप उसमें 100 questions आपको टच करने हैं, कॉम्पनसेट करना है, तो आपको स्पीड पे काम करना पड़ेगा, कैलकुलेशन पे वर्क करना पड़ेगा, माइंड कैलकुलेशन को आपको थोड़ा सा बेटर करना पड़ेगा, तो जितना आप उसको शार्प करेंगे उतना आपको हेल्प रहेगा। तो आपको क्या अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा, मेमोरी टेक्निक्स, बहुत सारी मेमोरी टेक्निक्स है, जितनी मेमोरी टेक्निक्स आप अप्लाई करेंगे आपका माइंड उतना शार्प होगा और हर सब्जेक्ट में आपको ज्यादा रिजल्ट मिलेगा, राइट। तो अगर आप में से किसी को भी प्रॉब्लम आती है कि आपका विद इन 2 आवर्स आपको खुद का टेस्ट लेना है, चेक करना है आप 2 आवर्स में 100 क्वेश्चन तक पहुंच पाते हो या नहीं, अगर आप में से कोई भी पर्सन नहीं पहुंच पा रहा है, दैट मींस आपको एक तो कैलकुलेशन पे काम करना है और दूसरा मेमोरी टेक्निक के ऊपर काम करना है। इन दोनों टेक्निक के ऊपर अगर आपने काम किया तो नो डाउट बहुत अच्छा रिजल्ट आपको मिलेगा। ओके, so this was basically the example number 1, that is the application based question. Let us do some more question based on this application. Vishal is asking about what is the tax here for. Actually, tax was included in the cost. You can see the cost function and tax was ₹2 per unit. So it got included in the cost. This was the normal cost function, and 2x is the tax which got added in this cost function. All right, Vishal. How we get px? See, px means when we are talking about revenue, it is price multiplied by quantity, and for price the function is given in the question. The question will give this equation. So actually in this example 1, 2 equations are missing, cx and then px, that is price of x. So these 2 equations are missing, so that is why you are getting difficulty in this question. All right, so in the next update this will appear here only. This question will get corrected automatically now. Venom is asking about how to solve cube root one more time for solving some question. See, we have already discussed cube root in some of the sessions. I will send you the link for the cube root. Please take one more question on this topic. Yes, I will take one more question based on this. Now, the second example, the cost function of a company is given by Cx is equal to 100x minus 8x squared plus x cubed by 3. See, this is the cost function which is given in the question. The question is giving the cost function. Now, x denotes the output. This is given. What we have to find now? Find the level of output. What we have to find out? The level of output, that is a quantity at which the marginal cost is minimum. The quantity where the marginal cost will be minimum and the average cost is also minimum. So these two are minimum. That level of output we have to find out. So in first step, what we will do? So whenever we are talking about the marginal cost, so we have to take the derivative of cost with respect to x, that is the quantity, that is the output. So we will find out the derivative of the cost function. So dy dx of this cost function, what we will get from here, 100 minus 16x plus 3x square upon 3. 3 will get cancelled. So this is basically marginal cost function. Marginal cost, mx. And now when we are talking about the average cost function for ax, average cost means the total cost divided by the total number of units. So what is the total cost? The cost function says 100x minus 8x square plus x cube upon 3. This is the total cost, which will be divided by the number of units. So we can take x common in numerator and cancel. So what we will get? 100 minus 8x plus x square upon 3. So this is ax, average cost. Average cost. So we have got mx, marginal cost function. We have got ax, average cost function. Now we have to find out its value. So for getting the value, what we will do? So mx is maximum or minimum when m dash x. So here we have to find out the derivative again. So here we are finding m dash x. That means derivative of mx. So d by dx of 100 minus 16x plus x square. We have to find out the derivative of this part and see what we are getting. We are getting 0 minus 16 plus 2x. So by solving this, we can get the value of x as 8. X as 8. So whenever there is such kind of situation, we have to find out the value of x by applying derivative. So here after applying the derivative, we are getting x is equal to 8. So this x is equal to 8 is known as the marginal cost. So marginal cost will be minimum at x equal to 8. Okay. So how to check this? For checking this, what we have to do? We have to again find out the double derivative, that is m double dash x and minus 16 plus 2x. If we find out the derivative of this part, so what will come? It will come as 2x. It will come as like derivative of 2x will be 2. And since 2 is greater than 0, 2 is greater than 0, the result will be x is equal to 8. X is equal to 8. So x equal to 8 is the marginal cost and it is the minimum marginal cost. Similarly, with the same pattern, we can find out the average cost. Average cost. So for that, we have to find out the derivative a dash x. A dash x means d by dx of 100 minus 8x plus x square by 3. We have to find out the derivative of ax. So it will be 0 minus 8 plus 2x upon 3. And this is equal to 0. So from this, we can calculate that value of x is equal to 8 into 3 by 2, that is 12. So here we are getting x as 12. Now, for getting confirm, what we have to do? We have to find out the double derivative of a and check that whether it is more than 0. If it is more than 0, then the 12 is the perfect result. So for getting this double derivative, we are solving d by dx of minus 8 plus 2 by 3x. So what is the result? 2 by 3. And this 2 by 3 is more than 0. This 2 by 3 is more than 0. Hence, average cost is minimum at x equal to 8. Average cost is minimum at x is equal to 8. So this is the final result. Okay. Now, if we have to find out what is the average cost, if we have to calculate the value of average cost, Then what we have to do? We have to simply put the values in the function. So the function ax is 100 minus 8x plus x square upon 3. So if we are required to calculate the average cost, so what we will do, 100 minus 8 into 12, 8 into 12 plus 12 square divided by 3. So we will get 100 minus 96 plus 144 upon 3. That is equal to 52. So this 52 is nothing but the average cost. So in this pattern, we can calculate all these application-based questions. Okay. Now in the next question, we have to find out the break-even point. Let's read the question first, and after that we will solve. A computer software company wishes to start the production of floppy disk. They wants to manufacture the floppy disk. It was observed that the company had to spend 2 lakh for technical information. That means this expenditure is fixed, whether to produce or not to produce, or whatever quantity is produced. The cost of setting up the machine is 88,000. This is again the fixed cost. And the cost of producing each unit is rupees 30. Per unit we are getting charged 30 rupees. So this 30 is the variable cost. Each floppy could be sold at 45. This is the selling price. Find the total cost function. We have to find the cost function for producing X floppies and also the break-even point. So see, for the cost function, we have to add two things: variable cost and fixed cost. What is variable cost? 30 rupees per units, and we are having X units. So variable cost is 30x. What is fixed cost? It is 2 lakh for the technical, 88,000 for the machine setup. So overall, the cost function is 30x plus 2 lakh 88,000. This is the required cost function. Now it can be sold. The floppy can be sold at rupees 45 per unit. So the total revenue will be 45 multiplied by x. 45x. This is the revenue. Okay. So these two are the equations. Now the question is asking about break-even point. So what is the meaning of the term break-even point? Break-even point का मतलब है when there is no profit and no loss. Break-even means when there is no profit, no loss. That point is known as the break-even point. Okay. No profit, no loss. So whenever there is no profit, no loss, that means revenue will be equal to cost. If selling price is 100, cost is 100, there is no profit. Selling price is 200, cost is 200, there is no profit. Similarly, whenever revenue is equal to cost, there will be no profit. So revenue is 45x, which is equal to the cost 30x plus 2,88,000. From this, we can find out the quantity, that is the value of x. It is coming 19,200. So if we produce 19,200, there will be break-even point. This will be the break-even point. That means no profit, no loss. If we produce less than 19,200, there will be loss. If we produce more than 19,200, there will be profit. Okay. Kanishka is saying break-even is a point where marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost. No. It is total revenue which is equal to the total cost, not the marginal, Kanishka. Okay. Yes, Rajshri is correct. Break-even point is a point where firm neither earns profit nor incurs losses. Right. Now, let us take some different questions. Yes, similarly, besides this marginal cost, what are the other concepts where derivative can be used? So it can be used for marginal propensity to consume, that is MPC. The consumption function, which is C is equal to Fy, express the relationship between the total consumption and the total income, that is Y. Then the marginal propensity to consume is defined as the rate of change consumption per unit change in income. Rate of change in consumption per unit change in income, that is dC by dy. कि जब भी इनकम में चेंज होता है तो कंजम्पशन में कितना चेंज आता है. So for calculation of this also we can calculate using derivative, that is dC by dy. dC is for change in consumption divided by dy change in income. So we have to find out the derivative with respect to change in income. Similarly, it is for MPS, marginal propensity to save. So savings is also dependent on the income. So we have to calculate ds by dy, derivative of savings with respect to income. All right. So in all these cases, we can use derivative. Why derivative? Because we have to find out rate of change. Whenever there is rate, whether it is rate of change, rate of growth, we can use derivative as a tool. Okay. Now we will do some question based on the gradient so that it will give you more clarity. Rekha is asking how many questions are asked on application of calculus. See, from application, when we talk about the past exam questions, so it is asked very rarely, in rare cases, only in the rare cases. You can see the past exam questions, it is asked very rarely. So there is no need to worry. And that is simply based on the economics questions only. Now we are solving questions from exercise 8A. Question number 1. The gradient of the curve y is equal to 2x cube minus 3x square minus 12x plus 8 at x is equal to 0. Okay, at x equal to 0, we are given a point. So first of all, what we have to do, we have to find out the derivative dy by dx. So 6x square minus 6x minus 12. This is the derivative. Now we have to test at x equal to 0. X equal to 0. So let us put the value 6 multiplied by 0 square minus 6 into 0 minus 12. How much we are getting? We are getting minus 12. Minus 12. So minus 12 is the result. Gagandeep is asking about what is the meaning of the term propensity. See, MPC and MPY are the detailed topic of the subject economics. So it will take time to discuss here because this is basically not the part of mathematics, but you can discuss in the economics portion. All right. Okay, so there is a long list of doubts from this exercise 8A. Okay, so you guys were waiting when we are switching to exercise 8A and all of you have posted your doubts. That's great. So you are working on this chapter. That's amazing. So we have got the answer for question number first. So in this way, we can calculate the gradient. Now we are doing similarly. You can do question number second. That is exactly the same. Now the third one is very simple. You have to apply the chain rule here. See, it is very simple. Let me discuss here also. Y is equal to root of x plus 1. So what we have to do? Dy by dx. Dy by dx. So first we have to find out the derivative of root. What is the derivative of root? It is 1 upon 2 root. It is 1 upon 2 root. Whatever is in the root, write it down. Now we have to multiply with the derivative of that root portion. That is derivative of x plus 1. Now what is the derivative of x plus 1? It is simply 1. So this is the only result. 1 divided by 2 root x plus 1. So this is the result of question number 3. Similarly, 4. So many of the students get confused in this type of question. Question number 4. Fx is equal to e to the power of ax square plus bx plus c. And we have to find f dash x. So the derivative of e to the power of x is same. So first of all, we will write the same thing as it is, e to the power of ax square plus bx plus c. Now we have to multiply. Now we have to multiply with the derivative of power. Derivative of power. So what is the derivative of power? It is 2ax plus b. 2ax plus b. So in this one step, we simply got our answer. In one simple step, we can calculate our answer. Rakesh Chorus is asking first question एक बार और बता दीजिए. Okay Rakesh, see. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन में क्या करना था, जब भी आपको कहा जाए द ग्रेडियंट ऑफ द कर्व फाइंड करना है, ग्रेडियंट का मतलब हुआ स्लोप आपको फाइंड करना है, तो आप क्या करेंगे, गिवन इक्वेशन को गिवन इक्वेशन का डेरिवेटिव फाइंड करेंगे. तो हमने गिवन इक्वेशन का डेरिवेटिव फाइंड आउट किया और इस डेरिवेटिव में x की वैल्यू पुट कर देंगे जो आपको दे रखी है क्वेश्चन में. तो जो भी वैल्यू गिवन है, जैसे x 0 गिवन था, इसको हमने पुट कर दिया और आपका रिजल्ट आ गया -12. All right. Now, what are the other doubts? Let's see. Question number 5. Yes, we can take 5 also. This is like similar kind of question which is mostly repeated in examination. So this is one of the good question. Let us take this 5. Fx is equal to x square plus 1 divided by x square minus 1. This is fx. And we have to find f dash x. Since these two are into division, so we have to apply u upon v rule. U upon v rule we have to apply. So what was the formula of uv rule? Do you remember? Derivative of numerator and denominator will remain as it is. So denominator multiply by d by dx of numerator. Then minus numerator is same. Then d by dx of denominator whole divided by denominator square. Denominator square. So we have to apply this formula here. So here the x square minus 1 is same. Then d by dx of x square plus 1 minus, this time x square plus 1 is constant, and d by dx of x square minus 1 whole divided by x square minus 1 whole square. So let us solve them. Derivative of x square plus 1 is 2x minus, it is again 2x whole divided by x square minus 1 whole square. Okay, so what we are getting here, we can take 2x as common, and then we are left with x square minus 1 minus x square minus 1. X square and x square got cancelled. So the final result is minus 4x divided by x square minus 1 square. So this is the result. All right. This is option number A. Option number A. Now, the 7 is the most common doubt which everybody is asking. The gradient of the curve y minus xy plus 2px plus 3qy is equal to 0. So what is given to us? The gradient of this curve at the point 3, 2 is minus 2 by 3. So we are given the gradient. This time gradient is given. The value of P and Q. We have to find out the value of P and Q. So let's solve this question. Question number 7. Y minus, we are having y minus xy plus 2px plus 3qy. This is equal to 0. Okay, this is equal to 0. So what we have to do here, the value is given to us. What are the values which is given? Point is 3, 2. The point given is 3, 2. That is x, y is given. And the gradient is minus 2 by 3. The gradient given is minus 2 upon 3. So see, what we will do first of all here, we have to substitute the values here. So we are substituting the value of x and y. X is 3 and y is 2. So we are writing 2 minus 3 into 2 plus 2p. What is x? X is 3 plus 3q, y is 2 is equal to 0. So what we are getting, 2 minus 6 plus 6p plus 6q is equal to 0. So 6p plus 6q is equal to 4. We can take 2 as common and cancel it. So 3p plus 3q is equal to 0, is equal to 2. This is equation number first. Because we are given the value of x and y, so we have simply substituted the value and got the equation in terms of p and q. Ultimately, we have to find out the value of p and q only. Now, the second thing is the gradient. For gradient, what is supposed to be done? Always for gradient, we have to find out the derivative. And after derivative, we put the value. The same thing we have to do here again. So we will find dy by dx. So the equation is y minus xy plus 2px plus 3qy. We have to find derivative for this. Derivative of y is dy by dx minus. Now what is the derivative of xy? The derivative of xy, x into y. So when we talk about y, it is dy by dx, and when we talk about x, it is simply y, because we have to apply the product rule here. So we have applied the product rule. X is constant, derivative of y, and y is constant, then derivative of x, plus 2px. 2p is constant and derivative of x is 1. Then y is constant to 3q, and then dy by dx. Dy by dx. All right. So by using this, we will get the gradient, and the gradient is already given, that is minus 2 upon 3. So we can take dy by dx on one side and remaining values on the other side. Or simply we can put the values here only. Okay. So we can put the value of gradient here. So let us substitute the given values. Gradient means what? dy by dx. So in place of dy by dx, we are substituting minus 2 by 3. Okay. Gradient is given. So in place of dy by dx, we are writing minus 2 upon 3. So minus 2 by 3 here, then minus. What is the value of x? It is 3. Multiply by minus 2 by 3. Minus value of y is 2, plus 2p plus 3q, and in place of dy by dx it is minus 2 by 3 and equal to 0. So some things are getting cancelled, like this 3 and 3 got cancelled, this 3 and 3 again got cancelled. So what is left with us? Let us check. Minus 2 by 3, then this minus is plus 2, this one is minus 2, then plus 2p, then minus 2q is equal to 0. This 2 and 2 again got cancelled, so we are left with 2p minus 2q is equal to 2 by 3. We can take 2 as common and cancel, so p minus q is equal to 1 by 3. This is the second equation. This is the second equation. Now we can solve both the equation and get the values of p and q. So from this equation we can write p is equal to 1 by 3 plus q. So 3 multiplied by 1 by 3 plus q plus 3q is equal to 2. So what we are getting here? 1 plus 3q plus 3q is equal to 2. 6q is 1. So q is equal to 1 by 6. So finally we got the value of q, which is equal to 1 upon 6. Similarly, by substituting this, we can find out the value of p. So p is equal to 1 by 3 plus 1 by 6. That is equal to 1 by 2. So this is the value of p and q. All right. So this question number 7 was a bit lengthy question. So what we did, let us recall once again. हमें इस क्वेश्चन में गिवन थी इक्वेशन. इस इक्वेशन के साथ में गिवन था एक पॉइंट और उसका ग्रेडियंट गिवन था. ग्रेडियंट मींस स्लोप, स्लोप मींस dy by dx. ये हमें गिवन था. तो फर्स्ट स्टेप पे हमने क्या किया, जो पॉइंट गिवन थे x एंड y गिवन था उसको हमने पुट किया एंड वहां से हमने एक इक्वेशन डिराइव कर ली बिटवीन p एंड q. दिस बिकम्स द फर्स्ट इक्वेशन. फिर बिकॉज ऑफ ग्रेडियंट गिवन था, दैट मींस dy by dx इज अवेलेबल. तो हमने यहाँ पे क्या किया, पूरी इक्वेशन का dy by dx निकाला एंड जहां पर भी dy by dx हमें मिला वहां पर हमने ग्रेडियंट की वैल्यू को सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दिया, पुट किया. ये पुट करने से फाइनली हमारे पास आ गई अगेन सेकंड इक्वेशन बिटवीन p एंड q. और दोनों इक्वेशन को जब हमने यूज किया तो फाइनली वी गॉट द वैल्यू ऑफ q एंड द वैल्यू ऑफ p. So in this way we can solve such kind of question. Right? Okay, somebody's asked question number 6. See, question number 6 is very much easy. आपको क्या करना है, जो तीनों वैल्यूज दे रखी है y equals to x multiply by x minus 1 multiply by x minus 2. इन तीनों वैल्यूज को पहले मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे. मल्टीप्लाई करने के बाद एक सिंगल इक्वेशन बनेगी और उसका डेरिवेटिव आपको फाइंड करना है. सो क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 इज वेरी मच इजी, आप उसको सॉल्व कर सकते हैं. नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 7 क्योंकि हमने कर लिया, तो क्वेश्चन नंबर 8 इज एग्जैक्टली सिमिलर. यू कैन डू इन द सेम मैनर. इसी तरीके से आपको 8th वाला क्वेश्चन ट्राई करना है एंड इजीली हो जाएगा. इट इज एग्जैक्टली द कॉपी क्वेश्चन. सी, इक्वेशन इज गिवन, हियर आल्सो इक्वेशन इज गिवन. Point is given, point is given. Gradient is given, this is also the gradient. Everything is same. So you have to solve in the same manner, the same pattern. All right. Then same is question number 9 also. Again, this is the equation. Point is given, 1/2 is given. So पहले आप क्या करेंगे, वैल्यूज को पुट करेंगे, इक्वेशन बनेगी बिटवीन पी एंड क्यू, फिर डेरिवेटिव आपको फाइंड आउट करना है एंड देन दोनों इक्वेशन को इक्वेट करना है. सो 7, 8, 9 ऑल आर सेम. तो जैसे हमने 7 किया उसी तरीके से आपको क्वेश्चन नंबर 8 एंड 9 को सॉल्व करना है. चलिए फिर हम आते हैं टुवर्ड्स नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन विच इज 11. द डेरिवेटिव ऑफ द फंक्शन रूट एक्स प्लस रूट एक्स. तो यहां पर अगेन क्या है, फंक्शन के अंदर फंक्शन हमारे पास अवेलेबल है. चलिए इसको सॉल्व करते हैं. क्वेश्चन नंबर 11. फंक्शन इज रूट एक्स एंड इस रूट के अंदर एक और रूट गिवन है, रूट ऑफ एक्स. राइट. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल क्या करेंगे, जो फर्स्ट रूट है उसका डेरिवेटिव क्या होता है, 1/2 एंड देन रूट. तो हमने उसका रूट पहले फाइंड आउट कर लिया. अब उस रूट के अंदर जो वैल्यूज है उनका हमें डेरिवेटिव निकालना है. तो उसमें एक तो x है, x का डेरिवेटिव क्या है 1 प्लस रूट ऑफ x का कितना हो जाएगा 1/2 रूट ऑफ x. तो रूट x का भी हमने डेरिवेटिव कर लिया. नाउ सबका डेरिवेटिव हो चुका है, फंक्शन का भी एंड फंक्शन के अंदर के फंक्शन का भी. सो दिस इज द फाइनल रिजल्ट. तो यहां से आप चेक कर सकते हैं विच ऑफ द ऑप्शन इज करेक्ट. ऑप्शन नंबर सी इज द करेक्ट ऑप्शन. ओके. Now the next we are taking question number I think जो different है, I'm taking that part. 14. Yes, 14 can be taken. If log of x upon y is equal to x plus y, then find out dy by dx. So dy by dx हमें यहाँ पर find out करना है. So it is written log x upon y, division है. जब भी डिवीजन होगा हम यहाँ इसकी प्रॉपर्टी अप्लाई करेंगे और हमें रिजल्ट क्या मिलेगा, log x माइनस log y. सो गिवन है log ऑफ x अपॉन y is equal to x plus y. So applying the property we will get log of x minus log of y, which is equal to x plus y. Now differentiating with respect to x, differentiating with respect to x, log x का डेरिवेटिव क्या होगा 1 अपॉन x माइनस log y का डेरिवेटिव क्या होगा 1 अपॉन y एंड dy by dx is equal to x का डेरिवेटिव is 1 and for y it is dy by dx, dy by dx. So we can take dy by dx on one side and remaining on the other side 1 by x minus 1 equal to dy by dx plus 1 upon y dy by dx. So finally क्या रिजल्ट आएगा 1 minus x upon x. dy by dx can be taken as common. So here again y is LCM. On the opposite side 1 minus x upon x. Now we have to find out the value of dy by dx. So what we have to do, we have to just keep dy by dx on one side and rest all on the opposite side. So let's cross multiply. So y into 1 minus x divided by x into 1 plus y is equal to dy by dx. So this is the final result. Y into 1 minus x divided by x into 1 plus y. Yash Agarwal is asking, please give some tips to attempt the paper. Yes, of course, we will share, but not in today's session. I will share you. Now, let me take next question. 16 we have discussed today. Then 17 is similar to 16. All right. So the same pattern, जैसा हमने question 16 को solve किया है, उसी pattern में आपको question 17 को भी solve करना है. क्या करेंगे आपको पता है, न्यूमरेटर में dy फाइंड करना है, y का डेरिवेटिव, अपॉन में dx, x का डेरिवेटिव फाइंड करना है, एंड देन उसको डिवाइड करेंगे, आपका रिजल्ट आ जाएगा. सो अगर मैं आपको 17 करके बताऊं, डाउट भी पूछा है 17 काफी सारे स्टूडेंट्स ने. सो लेट मी सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन नंबर 17 आल्सो. सो दिस dy by dx इज इक्वल टू, इन न्यूमरेटर तो y इज इक्वल टू टी स्क्वायर माइनस 2. तो टी स्क्वायर माइनस 2 का डेरिवेटिव क्या होगा, 2t, एंड फॉर x इट इज 2t plus 5 का डेरिवेटिव इज सिंपली 2. 2 and 2 got cancelled. Final result is t. Final result is t. All right. Now, let us do one more question, which is 20. This 20 is in great demand. Almost each and every person is asking about question number 20. Let's do this. The slope of the tangent of the curve y is equal to root of 4 minus x square at the point where the ordinate and the abscissa are equal. So what we have to find out, we have to find out the slope of the tangent and where the ordinate and abscissas are equal. So when these two are equal, it means that x is equal to y. जब ये दोनों इक्वल है, ऑर्डिनेट एंड एब्सिसा, जिसका मतलब x कोऑर्डिनेट एंड x एंड y की वैल्यू सेम है. सो व्हाट वी विल राइट हियर in 20, x is equal to y. Since ordinate is equal to abscissa, which is given, so x is equal to y, we can write this. Now what is given to us, y is equal to root of 4 minus x square. So since y is equal to x, as we have written in equation number 1, so we can write it here also, x is equal to 4 minus x square and then root. Now we can take squaring both the sides. So x square equal to 4 minus x square. So 2x square equal to 4, x square is equal to 2. So x will be basically root of 2. So here we have got the value of x, which is root of 2. Now see what we can do next. We are having again y is equal to root of 4 minus x square. We can find out its derivative, dy by dx. So what is the derivative of root? It is simply 1 upon root of 4 minus x square. And then derivative of 4 minus x square is minus of 2x. So here we can write this 1 upon 2 root of this and then minus 2. So here 2 and 2 will get cancelled. 2 and 2 will get cancelled. So what is left? Minus x divided by root of 4 minus x square. Okay, so we are left with this thing. Dy by dx is equal to minus of x upon 4 minus x square. And we have already derived the value of x. What is the value of x? X is root of 2, which we have already derived. Now we can substitute it here. So minus root of 2 divided by root of 4 minus root of 2 whole square. So what we are getting, root of 4 minus 2. So minus root 2 divided by root 2, this is exactly equal to minus 1. So this is your answer, minus 1. Option number A, right? So what was given? The slope of the tangent to the curve y is equal to given at a point where ordinate and axis are equal. Where both of them are equal, we have to do x is equal to y. Then after applying this, we have found out the value of x, and we have substituted the value of x in the derivative. And after introducing the value into derivative, we have got the result as minus 1. So minus 1 is basically the slope. All right. So you can note it down. All right. So now, in the similar manner, you can solve all other kind of problems. And in case of any doubts, we will also take your doubts in the next session. And our next session will be on Monday. Monday is basically 16th, and on 17th also, that is a Tuesday. On Monday and Tuesday, we will be doing part of 8b, that is integration. And also we can take some of the questions from this at the end of the integration chapter, so that in case of any doubts, we will solve some of your doubts there also. So no need to worry. I have noted all your questions which you have asked, because today we are short of time, but I have noted down all your questions which you are asking. And of course, we will solve your doubts at the end of those session also, because we are having 4 hours for integration. And I think after doing integration, we will get some of the time. So we will take your queries also at that point of time also. All right. So this was the today's session, and tomorrow, it is the Independence Day. So 15th of August. So happy Independence Day to each and every one. So enjoy your day, and be independent as soon as possible, because India independent हुआ है, it is 75th, and आपको यहाँ पे बहुत अच्छा celebration करना है. अपनी पढ़ाई के साथ में celebration करें, अपने mind को improve करें, vision को improve करें.